welcome back to the LooneyBin Podcast. This is season 2. We're beginning, and I'm John.
I'm Preston.
I'm Henry.
I'm Nick.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Teddy.
And as the fellow fans should know, we start off with the word of the day.
Right back in it. Like we never left. Come on, give us a little season 2 opener. Come on, this is exciting.
So, the scores, we don't remember the scores from last season, and we think Teddy won, but we'll never give it to him. But we got a new member here, Tyler. He's our other roommate. He was previously mentioned in probably other podcasts, but now you see him in the flesh. So,
I was in one.
oh, well, Tyler might have been in one. We don't even know. No, I don't think you were.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't really think you were, actually.
We actually never met this man before.
Yeah.
Brand new guy.
Yeah,
just found him. Yeah.
He's
Off the street.
He's an international student.
I'm homeless.
From Zimbabwe. Yeah, jeez. All right, so the word of the day, I look up the Merriam-Webster word of the day, and I give, I don't give the definition. Everyone tries to give the best bet, and I get to choose has the best definition or how far off they are.
Mm-hmm.
So the word of the day today from Merriam-Webster is treacle.
Treacle. Can you spell it?
Treacle. Treacle.
Treacle.
Yeah, I'll try to.
Yeah, Trico. Trico. Hoenn Generation 3 starter.
I thought it was Generation 1.
One more spelling here.
Treacle.
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 Treacle. I think I want to just take a quick stab at it. Because sometimes those are the best ones. The best definitions are the immediate thought.
You know,
Here's the thing.
I hate to continue the trend of me answering with piss, shit, and cum answers.
Yeah.
But
Here it is anyway.
the expression, I'm gonna go tinkle. I'm gonna go take a tinkle.
Right.
All right. Well, the treacle is actually, so you just came, right?
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
And you're like, well, I'm not gonna get kidney disease, so I'm gonna go take a treacle. And that first bit where it's just trying to get out, and it kind of is going everywhere. That's the treacle.
Well, Henry can actually comment on this a little bit too.
Yeah, Henry.
What?
Maybe not. He's a virgin. But
We're all virgins.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Nick.
Treacle. This is actually the on a boot. There's the top part of a boot, just right where the heel is. Usually where a steel-toe boot would be made. The treacle is that top piece of leather on this working man's shoe. Really, that's what treacle is.
Okay.
So I was trying to go for like roots here. Yeah, I'll steal it for a second. So you got tree and cull. So I was thinking treason.
Oh.
And I don't know what cull is. Probably some
Oracle Stadium, kind of like something like that.
oracle, icicle. So I don't know. That just defines a singular thing. So maybe like a treacle is somebody that commits treason. I can't speak.
Oh, a treasoner.
Treasoner.
A treacle. A little treacle.
I feel like there's a
You're a
word for that
treacle.
called traitor.
And you know what? There's often multiple words for the same thing. So.
True. God, the English language is beautiful.
God bless.
I don't know. I'm getting like nature vibes, like a truffle or something like that.
Okay.
I feel like it's just. I don't know. I don't want to just say it's like a fungus or something. So I'm just gonna say it's a plant.
Okay.
A plant.
No,
and where
no.
is this plant found, Teddy?
In the right on the edge where like a prairie is starting to turn into a forest, but it's not quite a forest yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
The tree
That's
line.
definitely where it
The
is.
treacle line.
Treacle line.
No, Henry.
All right, Henry.
All right, so treacle, very pertaining to Christmas time. Treacle is a special instrument used by the elves.
Oh.
to stamp that little made in China print on there. Yep. That's how it gets there.
Different instrument.
Yes.
That's not the instrument I thought you were going to go with. Yeah,
An
it's
instrument,
a
a tool.
instrument.
Man of many words.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right.
John, give it to us.
All right. So treacle is a British word for molasses. The heavy sweetness of the syrup influenced people to apply its name to things overly sensitive.
Yeah.
Right. Or so it could be
wet
like
and sticky. Yeah.
from beginning to the end. The movie had many lines of sentimental treacle. So the most, yes, I'd love to give it to the cummy answer, but how many
you
times?
hate to give it to the cummy
Yes,
answer.
I do hate it. I do hate it. I
think
might
it's
have
right,
to give
though.
it to Henry. Because of the elvish, the treacle, I could see that being like a
Yeah, a real thing in the wives' tale.
yeah, or like even like a medieval,
True.
like a lute. You know what a lute? A lute is a medieval instrument.
A lute.
Yeah.
Preston, I think that
Sounds
you
good.
nailed it. I think the slow come is slow as molasses. I think that was it. But
Oh,
I'm
No,
not the
it's
judge. I
okay.
can't do
No,
anything
it's
about
okay.
it.
That does make
It's
sense.
okay. Henry starts off season 2 strong with a point.
Well, there
And
you
we'll
go.
give it to him.
And point above your head.
Yep,
Henry,
it's right
for-
there.
Well,
Where
the
is it?
VFX team is lacking.
Awe
It's going to be in the bottom left
yeah,
corner. It'll
yeah.
just say Henry ... 1.
It's actually probably easier that way.
Yeah.
Low-key, I'm trying to figure out this motion tracking stuff in DaVinci.
I just gave you a free out. Lower left corner,
It's-
Henry, 1 point.
It's so hard, and I don't know how Nate even did it.
Well, that's who we're missing right now is Nate. Nate graduated.
True. We should honor the fallen. We should honor the fallen.
He is fallen right now, making below minimum wage, but living his dream. So, Nate, we miss you out there. You and CC, you do your own thing.
And we'll see you in 3 days.
Yeah, we'll see you in 3 days as usual.
We got big shoes to fill, and I know I won't fill them, but God bless.
Wow.
All you
Hey.
can do is try, Tyler.
As long as you don't leave in the middle of a podcast, then we're okay.
Oh, okay.
We're all just kidding, Nate. We're all just kidding.
I got to check a setting on it.
Double fisting.
So,
All right, so what are we talking about today, John?
just kind of start off where we're going. If we can go anywhere from this, but this was an article I was reading earlier today, and it was toxic chemicals linked to infertility found in Big Macs and Taco Bell burritos.
I thought that was in vaccines, not Taco Bell.
So, and I guess where I was going off of is because we don't eat a lot of it, but that's the place that we want to go to. A fast food place is like, oh, I want a Big Mac, or I want to go to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And so I like after reading through it, it was like, oh, most Americans know fast food is not good for their health, but then also they're like, a lot of people don't know what's like inside, I guess, the fast food, and everyone memes like, oh, it's all the liver and piss and cum, and but it's like if it actually links to fertility, I was just kind of like, how do you rate that? Like, do you have someone? Where I'm going with this is like, how do you make something like a food? How do you measure that it is infertility? Like it's infertile.
Yeah, my question is like, what's the percentage of drop in fertility
Is
rate?
it male, female?
Here, I'll find it.
Do
More
they
than
ask people like how many Big Macs have you had in your lifetime?
Yeah, how many
Like,
babies do you have compared to how many Big Macs you
How
eat?
do they figure this out?
Yeah, like how long has this study been going?
Well,
And,
so
like,
they
they
know the
kinda
thing. It's
know
about the
this?
chemical, right?
It
that's
is
in,
about-
that's in
okay.
the Big Mac.
so what they said is that several flatates. It's a weird
Sure, I'll take your word for
Okay.
it. Flatates, sure.
flatates. I think it is.
Sure.
Flatulence?
Maybe- Oh yeah, probably. Have been found to interfere with hormone function, which can lead to a cascade of problems with fertility and child development. So people with high levels of that drug, essentially, in their urine, were also found to be more likely to die early, especially due to heart disease in recent study.
What
So
am I sitting back in right now? What is happening?
Basically, there's a chemical that's in Big Macs and Taco Bell burritos that makes you infertile.
Whoa.
See, what's like the origin of this chemical? That's why I want to like. Is it used as a preservative? How'd it get in there?
here, I'll Google. it.
True. Yeah, and I want to know what else this chemical is in.
It's a salt or like
Huh? The salt.
The
Salt
McDonald's
or-
salt.
So yeah, it is probably a
preservative.
preservative then.
Yeah.
well, they're
I mean, think
actually
about all the other
they're-
shit we eat that probably makes us infertile.
they're a group of chemicals used to make plastics more durable.
Loki, it's probably
Ah.
just a miracle we're even having babies at this day of age.
I would. I don't want to shame it, but the Quick Trip ranch chips. I bet there's a lot of preservatives in those too.
Guys, we tried the Quick Trip like Quick Trip brand flavored chips.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Cool Ranch and the nacho cheese flavored tortilla chips.
And the ranch
on Sunday night.
Yep. Was unbelievable.
They were coated.
More flavor than I've ever had in a Dorito.
It was crazy.
Like I could have a half a bag of Doritos and I wouldn't get as much as a handful of the Quick Trip.
No, it was honestly surprising.
Very good.
And we went there another day and they had waffle fries.
Waffle fries.
Guys, are we sleeping on Quick Trip?
We might be.
No,
even though it's all frozen and it all goes right to our colon and our heart valves. But very good. Very good.
Quick Trip chicken.
Quickie Chicky?
Quickie Chicky
Yeah,
is what I'm talking about.
Have you ever had Quickie Chicken?
Oh, Quickie Chicky is great.
Is it goated?
It's actually goated. Like, it's some of the best, like, fast chicken I've ever had.
Like a chicken sandwich or like a grilled chicken
no,
breast?
They got, like,
a breaded chicken breast?
They've got, like...
What are we talking about?
KFC kind of chicken.
Yeah, like KFC kind of chicken. Like, they've got
Like
tenders
you
and they've got
go to.
fried chicken and stuff, and it's good.
Fuck.
It's actually not. I've actually had it before, but the most food I've ate at a gas station has always been a Holiday, and that's been in Benson, and so like, I feel like Quick Trip is the Cadillac of all gas stations, unless you go to a Flying J or something.
Not
like
come
that.
and go.
No, not come.
Really?
And
I
go.
would rank Holiday over Quick Trip.
Really?
You really?
What?
I would too.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't. I guess like
Okay, Super America's the bottom, right?
Yeah.
We all agree on
No,
that.
Marathon's the bottom.
Oh,
no
God.
Route 66.
No.
Phillips 66. Is that what it is, or Route 66?
I think it's Sinclair. Yeah, Sinclair's the bottom. You ever seen a Sinclair?
True.
Shell might be the bottom, actually.
Sinclair has
I don't know,
the
we got a new
dinosaur
shell.
out front though. Like you can't put
true.
it down.
Clark?
You can't put it down.
Yeah, Clark.
Clark.
So do you guys notice that the Clark gas station is always 2 cents cheaper than Quick Trip because no one goes there?
Yeah. Yeah.
I went in there once. That's last year. I got a pound of bacon from there. Great bacon. But it's kind of scary in there because half the shelves are just like empty, and they have like all these like aisles and all these refrigerator areas. Nothing's in them.
Weird.
There's like 4 that have things in them, and it's like they're not even stocked with like drinks that'll last.
See, I don't know. Like Quick Trip, the one that we have here, and the one I've been in other places, it's usually a big place. It's not bad, and like they have decent, like they have a good coffee section. They also have like pastries. They have your classic, warm the shite burger in the oven.
The
stuff.
rancherito, the grilled taquito.
they have
those
their
are
stuff.
good. They got
So it's-
tornadoes. They're like little taquitos.
Yeah,
Those are good.
I love those.
And they have like those chicken sticks, which literally look like Takis, but they're like chicken. Weird stuff. But I guess going back to what I was kind of referring to, why is it that? So essentially, the P word that was, phthalates, or what did you say it was?
Sure.
Phthalates?
Oh, no.
It was
It's a P.
phthalates.
Yeah, something like phthalates or something like that. That is just present in a lot of like food that you're gonna have like fatty stuff in it. It could be in poultry or meats and stuff like that. But it's just another thing as to why we already shouldn't be eating fast food because of heart disease and everything else like that. But what makes it so good though? That's what I'm saying. What makes it that the Americans just want to keep coming back to the fast food, to any fast food chain, and keep doing it? Is it the convenience? Is it the price? Or is it the taste?
I think it's all 3.
Yeah. I mean,
It's just a recipe for success.
I was gonna say, and I feel like the food is like they specially make it to hit to get the endorphins going. Like it's got the sugars, it's got the fats, it's got all the great tasting stuff in it to make you keep coming back.
Yep.
They're trying to get you addicted.
Yeah.
So we actually are talking about this in my culture, media, and power class. Talking about campaigning for children's cereal, like Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops, and all this stuff.
Right.
And they talked about advert gaming. The idea of like the enter the code in the box, play the game online, and that stuff.
Right.
And again, you see it, you don't think about it as a kid, prize inside, all that stuff, sugary cereal. You're like, oh, I'm just eating it, playing the game, whatever. Mm-hmm. But then we had a great point about what is the purpose of all these games? Eat as much Lucky Charms
Get as many
you can.
codes as you can.
Eat, no, in the game. Your power-ups are more Lucky Charms.
True.
The power-ups
Okay,
are more marshmallows.
yes.
The whole point of the game is that you just keep eating. But then you look at all these characters, all these mascots, they're all skinny.
Oh.
All you do is eat these sugary cereals for a whole level, or in the commercials and stuff, and they're like, oh no, it's a necessity. Like all the advertising is you need to eat it. You'll never get
They're
fat.
great.
And the same thing with, if we go back to McDonald's, proud sponsor of the Olympics.
You're right.
And you see Olympians on a McDonald's commercial.
True.
Yeah. Your brain just starts attaching those things.
That could be me.
Michael Phelps.
If he eats it one day, I bet I can eat it.
Right. And then you eat it every day, and you're like, actually, I can't. I can't swim.
It's just
It is kind of weird, just like being like low key like brainwashed from like such a young age. I mean, we probably don't even see it as brainwashing, but like just the flashing lights on the TV, and you're just like sitting there, and there's the colors, and yeah. Hey kids, it's Ronald McDonald, and you're like, whoa. If you're like me, you're like, what the?
Yeah.
I hated mascots as a kid, but alas,
Interesting.
Guys, Subway had a great thing going.
Jared
and then
Fogle.
Jared Fogle.
God.
Yeah, I think Jared Fogle was the great thing that was going.
Like Subway, you don't even like. I wouldn't even classify that as fast food, just because.
What? Yeah, I would.
It is.
Well, okay. So I guess my definition of fast food is that like it is just not good for you whatsoever.
I don't think Subway's
No.
good for you.
I mean it's
I mean,
it's
it
a
is
healthy
sandwich.
option.
It is a step above,
Yeah.
but I still think it's fast,
It's fast food.
Well-
Yes, if you're chained across America and you
Okay.
get your food in
I
less
see
than
your-
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Oh, really?
See, I see that,
And KFC's like.
but also
Yeah.
it's also at least to okay. So you're done with your swimming event. You're done with your football game. You're done with something else. Now what do you have to do? Okay, you have to eat, right? You have to eat somewhere. But
Mhm.
where are you eating?
You're in a
after?
podunk town in North Dakota.
Yeah, like or no, any place. Where are you freaking eating after your athletic event? A Subway.
Yeah.
Like, and so it's like,
Yeah, convenience has to be a factor. Has
Yeah.
to be a factor.
and like it.
I mean, what's the stat? Like, there's what? Like, it's like the stats. Like, there's almost like 50 Subways per state or something like that. Like, it's crazy.
Probably more than
Like,
that.
yeah, there probably is more than that.
Henry even worked in one.
Oh, Tyler already said.
Yeah, Henry,
Yeah.
give us the tips and tricks of Subway.
At Subway. Okay, I don't work at it anymore, but when I do get Subway, I shit myself every time. Literally every time, I feel like I want to throw up.
Can I move in the frame a little bit?
Move in the frame.
Yeah, there
I
you
got
go.
it.
There you
Look at
go.
this. And
So what was the nastiest
Subway's
thing you ever
not
made at
good.
Subway? Like,
none
what
of
was
it.
just the nastiest thing that you knew was nasty, but the customers loved it?
I don't know. The chicken is kind of gross.
It's all just in
definitely
package,
fake.
right?
It's just in a package.
And you heat it
As
with
it is.
water, right?
No, you don't heat it with water. You just heat it. Just like plastic something. Tuna is pretty gross.
Yeah.
If you'd smell the fresh bag of tuna. Yeah.
Jeez.
I got a little
What
article
else is
here
gross?
about Subway compared to McDonald's. And see, originally I was looking up, I'd heard for some reason that Subway is actually worse quality than McDonald's meat-wise. I tried to find that, couldn't find that. But there is a study that shows that while you might have a few more vegetables, the healthy eating at Subway is actually about the same number of calories as you get from
I
McDonald's.
bet it's the bread. I
You're
bet it's
eating
the
just
freaking
as
bread.
much. So,
Well, because you get a foot long, that's
Right.
way more
Mhm.
food than you eat.
Yeah, true.
So you're still.
yeah, so they're equally
Ingesting
contributing to
shit.
overeating.
Yeah.
Subway's so lower class than like Herbs and Gerbs and like Jimmy John's
Oh yeah,
and
for
like
sure.
Jersey Mike's. Like there's so like those places still get it out to you fast. They still it doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a complete difference. Like you're going to I'm getting Apollo from Herbs and Gerbs. Great sandwich. I'm enjoying it. Like it's a unique sandwich. It's like it actually tastes, fresh. And then when I go to, Subway, I'm getting I'll have Italian herb steak. You want it, in the yeah, sure. And it's just the steak is like literally like dog throw up, but you get the steak anyways because potentially there's protein. Like
But so, like, what's the difference? Do we think? Obviously, we don't know, but like,
Subway's banking that you don't get extra toppings because then they gain more profit. Herbs and Gerbs, they make a sandwich for you, no extra toppings. Whereas Subway banks that you're not going to get a lot of vegetables because then they don't waste vegetables.
Right. I guess. I never thought about that. Like if you're.
So they're spending less money. So like why they do that?
Yeah.
Huh.
So here's a bit more on Subway. A few more cases.
So you're here first. Go rob Subway.
I hate
Get all
Subway.
the veggies you can get on your sandwich.
But
and throw it in the trash.
apparently the tuna. There was a Canadian news outlet that did a DNA analysis on the chicken, and found out that the chicken was only 50% chicken.
What? So what makes up the rest of that chicken? Is that like
Just
bones?
garbage. Just like. It's probably just like
Bone marrow.
Okay, right. But
dirt.
if you think about this,
Here, I'll look deeper into it.
This meat is not only going to your Hoboken town and Jamestown. You know, it's going to every place. So then, how does it even get approved?
Because the FDA is just fucked.
The other half is soy, apparently. So that's...
Oh,
Yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking it was going to be some type of grain because that's what dog food is. Dog food is like mostly grain.
And that explains the shits.
It does.
It literally, soy just goes right through me. That makes so much
That is
sense.
so unique thing to know about yourself.
Yeah.
So
Well, because I tried it,
right
and
through me.
the first like a soy space sandwich.
Yeah.
You ever
Right
had
through me.
tofu? Tofu's
No,
usually
It
made out
just
of
burns.
You've
trying
had
to go-
tofu.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you
I
have.
never ate it in Malaysia.
You didn't?
No.
It was on the spin din.
No, I never ate it.
No. Weird. I would have soy.
How are you playing Minecraft
soy
now?
butter and jelly as like my PB&J.
What?
Yeah, soy butter and jelly.
Yeah, that's a Jamestown thing.
Well, what else are they supposed to have?
Yeah.
Actual peanut butter?
Yeah, almond butter.
I've had sunflower
Yeah,
butter.
I'm allergic to almonds too. I
Sun
don't-
butter's not bad.
You know, sun butter's
What's
not
sun
bad,
butter?
but it's just a little.
Butter, sunflower seeds.
Yeah, I didn't mind that, but it was like the soy was a little bit different. Like it had a different flavor.
What's
It was
it
a little
taste
more
like?
drier. It tastes like almost a nut in a way, I guess. Like it tastes closer to a
How would you know?
sunseed. Huh?
Okay.
Oh. But yeah, that's just the weird thing about that. Is like also then we just ate Cane's the other day, and
Yeah.
that is fast food. That's a great chain, and that chicken.
It's like, I mean, I would
Real?
hope it's real chicken. I mean, it looks fucking real.
It looks real. It looks
I
great.
bought a hat.
Did you really?
bought a
I
Cane's
bought a
hat.
hat. Hey, it's their 25th anniversary this year. I bought a 25th anniversry hat and shirt. It was only, dude, it was $26.
Okay, do you think you could show up to a Cane's and just
Work.
No,
I'm
it's
showing
the
up to my
old
shit?
logo. It's the old logo. It's their original logo.
The question still stands.
If I walk in with a,
With the shirt and the hat.
You know the owner.
I guess I
Normally
could
they're-
probably walk in.
I think you probably could.
You could in Dinkytown. I guarantee you that.
True, they probably got so many workers there, it doesn't even matter.
Right. If you wear a mask, they think you're a worker, actually.
Well, if you wear
True,
a
they
camo,
wouldn't
Nobody
know.
else.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
The camo Cane's hats, I've never understood.
What?
No.
The camo ones.
Camo?
Yeah, they have camo Cane's hats. A lot of the workers will wear the camo ones, and
Oh,
that's
it's
like
just a
their standard
design.
one. Yeah, I just don't understand why camo though.
Yeah. Camo is a hat.
Yeah, what is it? A hunting food?
Right.
Take
True.
your buckshot and grab some
Right.
canes and head out to the range for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I guess I just have never really understood that, but
And that's
it doesn't really matter.
well, what does Cane's brand itself as? Because we
One
were
love.
talking about that.
Yeah.
What?
One
One
love,
love.
that's their thing.
Oh. Yeah.
Canes, one love.
All right, cool.
It's like a southern thing.
Yeah.
Like that's
Okay,
that
well then
saying
the
is a southern
hunting
thing.
hunting makes sense. Then.
Yeah, I think they're trying to reach out to a different demographic.
Because they're currently branded with Peanuts, the Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Woodstock,
Yep.
Lucy, all those gang, and that was weird to see. But again, it makes sense because it's not acquired by anybody. You know, the Peanuts made a movie a couple years ago, but
Right.
like nobody owns that brand. But you guys remember the
Must be Thanksgiving. That's what I'm thinking.
True.
What's Thanksgiving? The camo?
Well, the peanut, the special peanut. There's
That
like
one episode.
yeah,
Oh, him
like,
kicking the
Thanksgiving.
No, it's Great Pumpkin.
But I'm just
There's
saying
a
the
Thanksgiving one.
special
There's-
that
But
they have.
the Great Pumpkin is more famous than the Thanksgiving special.
Oh yeah, and the Christmas too. Yeah, for sure.
So that's why
But you
that
could
is-
use it.
yeah, it's
You
just
could use it
both
all.
the same.
Whose alarm? Who's waking up?
Sorry guys, forgot to take my birth control.
Oh, good.
I don't know. All right, Teddy, remember that one. Clip it.
True.
And you were saying no, Nick?
Do you guys remember the Mall of America peanuts?
Camp Snoopy?
Camp
They
Snoopy.
took it down when we were like not even alive yet, basically.
Oh, we went.
Weren't we like
were
really down
alive.
like
I remember
07?
it came down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, we could.
What?
Oh,
Not
7.
alive,
We were
07.
7.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, had you ever been there when it was Camp Snoopy?
Yeah.
Well, I
went
think
there.
I was like
I've
when I
been
was
there.
I mean,
6.
I remember the tent bounce house. Like, yeah, I remember it, but like I don't remember it. Like I was 7.
I remember a lot of stuff when I was 7.
Maybe I just repressed my childhood.
You might have.
Well,
Yeah.
I also just have a bad memory in
I
general.
feel like the only rides that I've ever gone on at the Mall of America was the freaking log ride. That was the only
Okay,
thing.
That's
Yeah.
classic. That's what you gotta.
Yeah.
If someone were to go to the Mall of America for the first time, and I said, "All right, here's 5 points to Nickelodeon Universe," I would have said, "Ride the log ride.
Sure.
Don't ride anything else."
I always wanted to do climb the thing on like the left side when you walk in.
Oh, the
Obstacle course?
Dutchman's flying whatever, but it was like the
It's a-
training course.
Yeah, that. I've
Oh,
always
yeah,
wanted to
but-
do that. But the rents never let me for some reason. Like, nah, you're too big to go there.
well,
It's like-
Remember the Ghost Blaster thing? Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You go in the little. I never actually did it, but
Yeah.
you go on. You're in the cart and you're shooting the little whatevers.
I did that one time. You want to know the one time I did it?
Let's hear it.
My high school prom.
Why are you
'Cause
guys at Mall of America?
Every other year we switch off between a hypnotist and going to MOA.
That seems.
I think you
Think
did.
about
Those
that.
are the
No,
two
think
things.
about how much that hypnotist is
You
getting
won.
paid though.
Yeah, that's nuts.
If you're switching off between a hypnotist and tickets to MOA,
Well, and it's rented out. It's only us there.
I should become a hypnotist.
What?
Holy
Oh,
crap!
I wonder if they're just
Wait, wait.
skimping on the hypnotist. I don't know if
So
he
it's
knows.
like after
you know?
hours, like after 7.
Yeah.
When all this.
Like the mall's closed.
And you guys have your prom there? It's like after prom, or what is it?
Yeah, it's like after prom.
Isn't that something that we do for senior week?
All right, that's a
We go to
great
MOA.
point. I think we actually do that.
We do it for senior week.
Yeah, there is
Oh,
something.
I didn't know that.
I
All
don't.
right, you know what? Let's ask Student Senate. How much does that cost?
True.
Yeah.
I don't actually know. Yeah. Well, we wouldn't know because they didn't go last year, and they didn't
Oh,
go the year
well.
before.
Well,
So
That's true.
rest in peace.
They announced it. No, I thought they.
they have a trip to MOA every year. I
Oh,
know
yeah, they
that's
went out.
always advertised during J term. It's like, hey, go to MOA.
I
That's
swear
during
they
J
did.
term.
Who
Well,
graduated
that's
our
just
freshman
like
year?
the
Let's
bus
ask
during
Andy
the day.
DeLuca.
Yeah, it's just a Gus bus. Just takes his.
We took our
It's
trip to
sputtering,
MOA.
Oh, really?
What'd you say?
Yeah, remember that?
What did you say?
We went to MOA senior week.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we did.
Did I meet you guys there?
Teddy,
Yeah,
ate, Teddy
yeah.
ate the blazing wings.
Twins game.
I remember that. That's where. That's literally the
Yeah.
day that. Wait. No.
I think I have a picture.
Wrong day.
Hold on.
Let's stop that.
No,
That's all it is.
actually-
I was gonna say that's the day that I met John and Emma, but then no, that wasn't.
That was this is freshman year. You met us
Met
the
Jill.
next summer
Wait.
because we were laughing about because the
Hold on.
kid.
Yeah, the third. That's the
third story
first joke
kid
that me and
dropped-
Eric ripped.
I know, and I died. I had to walk out of the store.
Did go that day?
No, it was
I didn't
just
think you did.
because we went to the Twins game.
No, but I remember Nate. I remember Nate met with an a cappella group from a kid with my high school that was in that a cappella
Oh,
group.
yeah, you're
And
right.
And you and Teddy.
He was there.
Nate
He was
and Teddy
there.
went up to go talk to him.
He had his
Didn't you guys?
backpack with him. I remember that. For some reason, he had his backpack. I was like, "Why do you have your backpack with you in MOA? Like, why would you ever have that?"
He's got a gun.
Yeah.
Why did they let him in? First
Yeah,
of all.
I have this
Year was
photo
that?
for the
that was
wedding.
Nate.
Oh.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
It was
What?
the date.
Yeah.
Let me see it.
Well, what about the bathroom photo when we all went off to the side? Never mind.
Huh? Wait.
Guys, that was, jeez, that really was. We were really in it.
Crazy.
No, that was
John and Jill. John and Jill. Yeah, watching Game of Thrones.
that was actually a fun time at MOA because we hit up all the stores. Did I ever buy anything? No.
Well, you're holding a bag.
Oh,
Yeah,
what did
probably.
I buy?
Here, let's figure
I
out what
bought
you
my
bought.
Jordans
John, you're-
that day.
Yeah.
True. Teddy was in the Nike
That was
store.
insane.
Oh my god.
I remember that.
Oh, the good Jordans. Yeah, and we played mini golf. The people in front of us were
Moose
so
Mountain, baby.
slow.
John, you got something from American Eagle.
Guys,
Oh,
why are
it
we
was
just
a sweater. It was a sweater.
Yep.
Just all
Jill
going
went to
back.
H&M.
That was such a fun week because it was like, like we were trying to get out, and then you had to leave, but all of us were still here because of Chiwo.
What do you mean?
It's dropping. That little lower left.
Great.
It's all just red.
Perfect. Can't wait to edit it. And it's gonna be 0 frames.
I don't think it'll affect the recording. But
No, I don't think it will affect it. Right?
All right. Well,
But anyways,
Go back.
but there is
Let me scroll up. unfortunate.
Well, I remember that week because for people who don't know, senior week on like Gustavus is the time where seniors are only here on campus. And then the top choir and the top band is here because we perform at graduation. Everyone else is gone like a week prior.
Same.
And so then
We'll sit over here.
it was just Nick, I, Teddy, and Tyler here and Nate. And so what we were doing during the day, go outside, you go to rehearsal that you had, and then we played Black Ops 3, gun game, and then we were like, let's go to a Twins game. And Jill was there too because she was in GWA at the time. And so then we all went to a Twins game. Then we went to Mall of America the next day. It's just is like we just had a fun time. I do remember that. Yeah. We climbed the beginning of New Nobel during that time. Climbed a building.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, we don't really know.
No files of us.
We heard that happen. I don't know.
Right.
I just remember at the Twins game, we bought one of those super long fucking hot dogs, and we only ate like half
Teddy.
of it.
It has a name.
No, I ate that whole thing. I know I ate that whole thing. Yeah, because I bought it. No, there's no way I would have thrown that away. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
There's no way that I would throw away food at a Twins game.
Boomstick.
That's what it was called.
I got
sure
the
we left
popcorn. I remember I got the massive popcorn.
We left
Yeah,
a
I would leave
significant
that.
portion of that
What?
thing
The
just
popcorn
under our
is great.
seats.
No, Teddy, I remember eating the toppings. Because
It was like
just covered in
jalapeno,
toppings,
yeah.
and I just had to
I
eat
remember that.
jalapenos. Like, there's no way I would leave food at a Twins game. I'd rather die.
Tyler's a
That
big
food
beer
cost me
drinker
too
at a
much.
Twins game. He'll spend $40 on one pint of beer.
That's you, buddy.
John, I spent 14 on 2 for 2 of us.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, in my head, that's how it was. But no, that's actually the meme about it was that, hey, the Twins game, everything's up price, but you always have to buy something from it.
I know, that's how they get you.
But all right, transitioning here.
Yeah.
That's just giving a little update on what we've been doing as our company in LooneyBin. So LooneyBin Productions, what we've been doing, we've been filming, or Nick, Preston, and Henry have been filming Gus the Lion on a bike.
Yep,
New electrical
officially
bikes.
shut down.
Yeah.
We're bankrupt. So
Yeah.
thanks for tuning.
Yeah, no, we're not. We're working on some. We have some short film ideas, and that's how we're going from there. Trying to figure out. We have a lot of busy schedules still again, but we're doing the. We had just had recently streams for the last 3 days. We had
4 days.
4 days, gaming streams. So hopefully we're doing a lot more just fun games on the Switch or on the PS4. Whatever that may pertain, and then we're still doing shoots and stuff for production, so
Yeah.
we're still up and running.
Yeah. The biggest thing will be that next sketch that we're working on right now.
Yeah.
That'll be our next content for the creative page, and then Preston's got something brewing, and Nate's got a sketch that he's been talking about for a long time, and he still films with us, and we get to work with him, which is always great. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's always going to be busy, and the fact that October is almost over already, we're really kind of choosing our videos right now.
Yeah.
We're not overbooking to just,
We're not
make things
taking what
don't
we
care
can
about.
get at this point. Last year we were in a position that we were just taking everything that we can get,
Yeah.
and now we can pick and choose.
Yep.
But we still have Lucia coming up, and so I assume that.
No, we're not getting that call.
No, actually, I think we are. He was so good last year that they said that we need to do this every year.
But we won't do it for free.
Oh no! Will they not pay us?
No, they won't.
Oh.
I'll probably film it on my iPhone.
Yeah.
And I'll edit it on my
Really?
computer.
Yeah,
Shout out
shout out
iPhone.
iPhone.
Shout out
Sponsored
iPhone.
by Apple.
Yeah, sponsor that.
No, we won't.
Right.
Nobody has a budget anymore, which is just strange how that works.
No, they have a budget, but for
Even though
some
we're
reason,
building land.
they don't want to. It's not even that. That was all given by donors. Like the problem is that no one wants to support young entrepreneurs within the Gustavus community.
Unless it's esports.
Yeah,
I cannot believe we got 6 brand new PCs, like 240 hertz
president right
monitors.
here.
This came from the president. While there was one donor that put down probably 10, 15 grand just to go, this is going to be esports. And then Bergman's like, oh yeah, we're actually really going to develop this. I'm going to give you space. I'm going to give you more money. And I want to see this grow and be a thing. That is the first time I've seen it on this campus. Something that's like new and different. That's like, oh yeah, we're gonna put money behind it.
Right.
So I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Well, they probably want to offer. Well, I don't know this, but a lot of other schools, sometimes it's state schools, but also like I know University of Jamestown has this too. They have an esports team, and you can get scholarships to be in a college esports team.
That's the goal.
Yeah,
Bergman said that the goal is to
Really?
develop a competitive scene that'll pull students here.
Yeah. See?
Whoa.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's smart though because there's definitely people like that are. It's more into that, like streaming, us streaming. There's a lot of people that are making a lot of money just streaming games that they're good at.
Yeah.
And
No, it'll be as big as D1 Sports.
Yeah.
It'll be a D1 sport.
It already is. It's
It
like
already
you
is.
watch Overwatch, you watch Rainbow Six, like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Worlds right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's
League of
definitely that
Legends.
high level, like professionally, and D1 schools do have esports teams, but once it hits this like D3 level, that's when it'll be crazy. Imagine getting a scholarship coming to Steve like Rocket League.
Because there's a lot of good players still out there, like in the framework.
But isn't that interesting now that, like, if that were to happen, right? Like, think about how many times your parents told you to get off your fucking Xbox and go outside. You're
True.
like, actually, Mom, I'm getting a scholarship.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm training right now.
That's true.
Actually, I'm in practice.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that just weird to think that, like, that could be part of, like, an academic setting? Is just playing Call of Duty or something like that?
That is wild.
I think there's like a difference because like when I was like practicing with Malevolent Gaming and like for Rainbow Six Siege and like Overwatch stuff, like that wasn't. You'd have your set practice, which would be 2 hours. Okay, you would organize that practice, whatever. You get in a couple matches, like you run some, whether it's plays or strats that you're doing, but then you're done. You know what I mean? I think like the parents say to get off your Xbox at that age because it's like you're rotting your brain at that point because like predominantly a lot of the gamers now in like the professional field are older. I would say like 18 plus, right?
Yeah.
That they're like are competitive, are really good. They're making a living off of it. Their brain is in that state where they can handle a lot of that stuff.
So you think video games rat the brain?
I think like if you have to have self-control with it, I think that's where I'm going from. Like that's why the parents say, "Hey, get off your game." You know what I mean? Like my parents would say, "Hey, get off your game. You've been playing for 4 hours." That's reasonable. I haven't moved around. I've ate already a meal, so it just sits in me, and like I develop like obesity sometimes comes from that. A lot of unhealthy other things come from that.
But what if it's like let's say you're trying to be a Minecraft YouTuber,
Okay.
and it's not something where it's like a match where all you're doing is you're just fighting the
It's
same
just
fight,
longer,
same
yeah.
map over and over and over. Like let's say you're building a new map for your new server or whatever. Like you're doing all of that. Like it's progress for the 4 hours, not just I played 200 matches on Rust and that was it.
I see
like,
what you're saying.
like what if it's something that's more, because it's tough to see, especially as
Right.
parents when they don't get it.
Right.
They will not get it
Our
until
parents
our
don't.
generation.
Yeah.
is
We will get
we'll
it.
understand.
Yeah, we will
Right.
get it.
But
I think
gamers.
like the
True.
difference from that is that
All
like
gamers.
the people now that like okay, you look at the Hermitcraft servers and like you see who's streaming that. Like I feel like they're old enough to like discern, okay, so like this is my work hours. They view it as a job, so I'm putting in the work, and after that I'm done. I have time. I put my time elsewhere with their family, whatever, and working out. Like a lot of streamers are also ripped too, because that's like all they do. They
Right.
stream, they work out, and so they're healthy.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know, like maybe it is like they already view it as a job, and so they're able to do that. And but then at like our age though, then it's different.
I was gonna say I saw an article the other day where it was like I don't remember where the kid was from. I think he was like 13, 14 years old though, and he spent 2 months in the hospital recovering from the fact that I think it was in France, that he had an addiction to Fortnite. It was 2 months to recover.
I wonder what does the recovery look like?
Well,
I don't know,
they're
but it's
moving
like-
it. Well, you know, like when
Straight jacket and morphine.
you know that, like, you know, when you're playing late at night, potentially you hop on a Rocket League game or something, you try to go to bed, you just keep seeing the goal.
Oh
or,
yeah,
like,
when
just
you
keep
were
seeing
when
stuff.
when you're in it though, yeah, for
So
sure.
maybe that's how, like, he was so involved and like so like
Those battle royales do that to you though.
yeah no
True.
yeah.
Because you never win except for that one time you get it,
Mm.
and then you have that satisfaction, and you're always
Dude,
you're always searching
I'm
for that.
still
Fall
waiting for
Guys.
that.
Fall Guys should have capitalized on that. And that
Yeah.
first couple weeks that when Fall Guys came out,
Yeah.
that feeling of like, oh, but I got to the next level. And I got to that. When I got my first crown, it felt like an achievement because the way that it was built, like that actually meant something. And you're so right, Henry. That like it tricks you where you're like, oh, but I was so close though.
Is it like almost a form of gambling?
Well, the loot boxes are
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
side.
True.
And what about like the loot crates in the actual game?
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
I can't. What was about the first ever cosmetic DLC where I think it was like Age of Empires, like a skin for your horse, and it was like
I don't think it was
$8.
age. There's no way it was age.
no, it probably wasn't Age of Empire. It was some
Yeah.
horse
Oh
skin.
yeah, it was probably
Horse skin.
probably came before
Horse skin,
Oblivion, but I
foreskin.
remember like Oblivion just horse skins.
yeah,
They did
something
nothing.
like that.
There was horse armor that they added.
Right.
You could get steel or you could get elven horse armor.
It might have been Oblivion.
But that was it. Yeah, and it did nothing else to the game. It was literally just this.
Cosmetic.
That is
game?
just so
Cosmetic.
crazy to be
What game?
the first in-game
Oblivion.
purchase.
Oh.
They're like, they already paid $60 for this game.
Right. And get the gold horse armor.
Yeah, like
$8.
in the developer room, they like, so let's just make them buy horse armor, I guess.
Yeah.
And well, I guess we'll make them pay $5 for it.
Well,
Why not?
Because the way I view, if I buy something in a game, I view it as, okay, I've been spending a lot of time on this game. If I want, like, potentially my free time or whatever, I've been playing this game
Right,
for
it's
a
like a
month in
hobby.
depth. Yeah, so it's like, if I really would like this, then I justify it for myself as like, okay, so we're playing Warzone a lot recently.
Yep.
Might as well. Okay, so we buy the battle pass. Great. I'd like that would be beneficial for me to buy the battle pass.
Right. It's like if I love to play mini golf, and I went mini golfing every week, 2 times a week. And that's what, $10 a game. Now I'm paying $20 a week. Like, it's almost like the same justification. Like, it's a hobby at that point, right? It's just something you like to do, so you might as well put money into it.
But that with the that is the weird thing, because what about like purely cosmetic? There's no
the
value
advantage
beyond
in the game. Yeah.
your own psyche saying like, oh, this
Yeah.
makes me a cooler
I don't get
player.
those, but like, that is
Because to set your side, how I always viewed it, even when I was younger, when I was playing a little bit, it was that set myself aside from other players. Like, I don't want to be just that common, whatever, drop. And that was my mentality of buying some things. Is that like, oh, this one's ugly. No one's gonna have it. I want it because no one's gonna be that. Not gonna like it. You know what I mean? Like, that was the only reason why I would be buying things like that. Is just because it's like,
right. And it all comes down to like the sense of like the avatar, right?
Yeah.
And your online digital space versus the real life, your
True.
person that you're trying to be or like trying to present almost as online. Like, it kind of runs into that.
I
But, like,
never
at
had.
the-
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say. I mean, at the same time. Whoop. Mic cross. I was gonna say at the same time. I mean, you've got, even in real life, it's the same thing. You're paying more for your different cosmetics. I mean, I could get
True.
the same exact sweatshirt without Gustavus on it and probably be, I could probably order it online for $15-20
True.
cheaper.
Yeah. And I guess like a lot of like people, like real gamers, like I'm saying, like real gamers, as in like they play a role-playing game and they live through the character. I've never done that. I've never had that experience. Like, I played some really great games where it's a story game and whatever, but I've never had like I don't associate myself with the main character
Right.
in the game. I've never had that. So it's always super weird to be like,
Yeah.
like JPM, our band director, will go like, he's really great conductor, really like well off in musicality wise, and he will play games, you know, when he can in his free time, and he'll say, I've lived through this character, like I cried at the ending of it, and it's like I don't know. I think I'm more on the competitive side of gaming than also, you know, playing something else that's like, I love Zelda, and I love playing, you know, like The Last Jedi and stuff like that. Like those games are fun. But I don't know. I've just never lived through a character in the game before.
Yeah, for like those kind of games and that kind of I always see it as more like a movie character.
Yeah.
Where like it's not me. It's just like at the end of a movie
Right.
series
Yeah,
or
you're
that
right.
kind of stuff. It's like, wow, that was kind of sad ending, all that kind of stuff, and like you might tear up a little bit. But I yeah, that's weird.
Well,
But
you
it's like,
played all the Spider-Man games, and so like those are kind of like story, and then also
Yeah, what were those?
Yeah.
like how were they?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
were did you feel like you're living as like Spider-Man, or did you just enjoy like the movement
I
of the
just thought it was
games?
Cool.
Yeah, no, see exactly. See that's like you're flying. That's a cool experience because not a lot of games offer where you're like shooting webs, going from different buildings, fighting bad guys, and also having that love. Was there a love story in that too, or no? Were you ever saying
Kinda. I mean, like a little bit. So, guys, actually, I have a secret to tell you guys.
Oh, that's
I'm
good.
actually Spider-Man.
Oh god, I knew it.
Wait a minute.
Peter Parker. Peter.
No, I feel like the living through your character thing is a lot more for like RPGs. You know,
Yeah.
you got Skyrim, you got Fallout, you got those kind of games.
Right.
Yeah, my friend Gigi, she is addicted to Sims, and they'll have these expansion packs with like, these are like $40 expansion packs that are like different item, whatever. She bought the Star Wars expansion pack just because she wanted a nightstand. That's the only item she wanted in the game from the expansion. She didn't care about any of the other things. She just wanted the nightstand that came with like the Star Wars. She's bought every expansion pack. Like she's dropped thousands of dollars into this game
Wild.
just to like live in this like fake world, right?
Dude, Sims,
That's like,
yeah.
you know, where you simulate life. Like, it's so wild to me.
It's probably because you can control it. Like I think that's like a lot of things. Like you're playing Dead or Red Dead? No, not Red Dead.
Yep.
Is it Red Dead?
That is a game.
But it is a
Yeah,
game.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption. You're playing that game and like some other games, like even like Destiny and stuff like that. You have a choice of what you want to do. Like you have a choice of like
Right.
yes or no to the situation, the fork in the road. You know, that's a fun power to have. That's always like I can choose which one I want, and then I can always go back and restart to last checkpoint and redo it again. And like Destiny, you get to choose. You get to design your character. 2, you get to design like what your abilities are. So like what's like faction you want to be in. What's a like I don't know like trait. You're a Titan. You're a Hunter. Or what I don't remember what the ones
Hunter,
are.
Titan, Warlock, baby.
Yeah, Hunter, Titan, Warlock. Wow, I remember that much. So, but it's like so
I
you
know
can
it all.
yeah, like you can do all those different ones. You can change yourself to there's so many countless possibilities, and it's like, that was super fun because people will spend hour or even longer just designing their freaking character before even the end of the game, and it's like. And then you even go to the next game. What was the game where you could go to many planets? I can't remember right now.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is a great game too, but that one offered so many possibilities. They dropped the line when it was at
E3?
Yeah, it was at E3. They said if you started once you're born and you did it to an average lifespan of 85 years old, you would not be possible to visit every planet in this game. And I was like, what? Like I could be on a planet that no one else visit? Like that. It's just such a weird, in-depth thing that we're playing in like a simulation practically. It's like we can live through something like that.
Did somebody actually like do it though?
I think
someone did.
No, it was like
or they said it was gonna take like
years
to
before
get
you
to
found somebody
get to
else.
the middle of the
Oh, it was
It was 2 weeks. No, it was literally 2 weeks.
that you found someone. Yeah.
Yeah, true. No, I think that we had I don't know when the thought was brought up, but artificial life versus real life, and this kind of plays into the cosmetics, your virtual self. If you buy physical cosmetics like a sweatshirt, whatever. But like the flip, at some point, hopefully not in our lifetimes, that there'll be a moment where the virtual has more value than the physical.
Like Ready Player One.
Exactly like Ready Player One.
Where it's just a fucking wasteland, and then they log in and they get their credits, and
that's it. That's life. That's crazy. I can't believe that there's going to be a moment where it shifts, and that's kind of the weird. You go, okay, well, do you invest now? Like there's all the VTubers and VR headsets, and you could, like Tyler was saying, you create your own character. You build yourself into it. But if it's already a set narrative, if it's something like Fallout, for example, I just don't know why you would really just dive in like that's me. What?
I'm in the wasteland.
Yeah.
This actually reminds me. We were watching, what was it? Not Planet Earth, the other one. The one on Netflix right now. Our Planet. And we were talking about we were watching, we were like, this doesn't even look real. And then you said the line about how someday in the future, they're going to look at something and say, I can't believe it looks real. Like, where it's everything's just CGI, and that the CGI makes it look real.
Yeah, we say that all the time when we're watching it. We're just like, this looks fake. This looks like a video game. Which is so weird that
we're at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
That was just in a year. That's like within like the last 5 years of like craziness. Like if you look at the difference from movies and like from like stuff going at like
the latest Unreal Engine is nuts.
Yeah.
What's pushing next gen games right now, it's insane.
Yeah.
Is it true that like technology is always like 3 years behind of what it actually is? Like it doesn't release to the public?
Yeah.
Until like
oh my gosh, this was a
like,
whole thing. So Jesse Ventura, former governor of Minnesota,
right,
shot an interview with him for a future technology documentary, and he talked about it. He says the military has technology that's 10 years in the future. You won't. They slowly let it out too. So
I know
10 years. Where were we 10 years ago?
2010.
Yeah. What technology was that?
We barely had an iPod 4.
Yeah, I know.
Wii.
Yeah, that's what we had. An Xbox 360. Imagine the PS5 in 2010.
Bruh.
I think in 2010, I was so excited to finally get my hands on a copy of Halo Reach.
No, literally.
What a great game, though.
Great games, but 10 years ago, that is wild.
Yeah, no, it's totally true. I believe it.
100%.
But it's just a whole business thing, because if they let it out slowly, they can make more money off that product and still get them eager for the next thing. If they already gave that out, they'd skip so many steps along that process where you're missing out so many bang for your buck. You're like not even creating companies that are happening like like PS4 or Xbox. Like all that stuff was there before, when Nintendo was going on. Like all that content was there, like the technology was there. So it's like all these companies could be like, flourish from all this other stuff, and like it's let out at a certain time. I don't know if it's a safety matter why certain things are not let out, especially like if it's involving like gaming or if it's involving like your cell phone technology and stuff like that. But
well, that brings me to like Tesla and like AI, like driving and stuff like that. Like, is that technology really 10 years ahead?
Yeah. I mean,
like, are they working on something that like?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. They're. I think they had their whole internet, whatever that their space link. I mean, that's going to go right to the Tesla. There's no doubt in my mind. They're going to have surveillance. They know where the grid is. They know where the cars are. I mean, it's just going to be crazy up. And they're, oh my!
I guarantee they had that technology. Like when they started creating Tesla, part before, like they already had it. An idea, they had a prototype, they had
electric cars and stuff like that.
Well, no, I'm saying like unmanned driving and stuff like that, like all that. I feel like they already had that, they just didn't put it out in the public that we're putting it in a car now, like it actually works. I feel like they had probably 5 years of testing it low key
for sure
underneath the wraps. And it's so weird because it's like it's very effective now, so it's like, okay, put out a product that's ineffective and then you could have someone dead in that case. You know what I mean? So it's like they wanted to be such to a point where I'm comfortable having this, and like I know that people won't die from it.
We talked about this in my crisis communication class, where like somebody was doing a presentation about like cars being developed and all that kind of stuff. And so I just looked up like the time range. So like cars are being developed like for like 3 to 5 years. So like
the 2026 model's being developed right now, basically?
Pretty much. So like 2021 cars are starting to be designed in 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
Which is just weird.
Well,
Whoa.
Don't talk, John, unless you got a mic.
Sorry.
John, get back here.
Yeah, come back here, buddy.
That explains why you're sitting here in October and you're already getting the 2023 model you already got a display of the 2023 Corvette model. You already have that. It's ready to go out. It's absolutely ready. It's already done with its prototype. It's already done. That's why you get your 2022 prototype prior before it becomes 22.
Yeah.
So I think it really comes down to the production line.
Yeah.
They're just not mass producing at that point. They know what the model is.
Exactly. They already have
great.
it down. They already knew what. Sometimes the model of the car next is the same body. It's just a different cosmetic look on it.
Yeah.
That is true, though, John. I'm taking it back to what you said about, like, the cause and effect or the pros and cons, or just weighing the options of, okay, we had this safety feature that we could release, but we didn't release it and someone died because of it. Like the morals and ethics standpoint of, like, having the technology but not releasing it because you want to save it to make more money or something like that.
Because, like, aren't they saying with, like, Teslas, it's going to be all the self-driving stuff, but, like, you'll be able to choose to still drive it normally and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
at
you have to be attentive and aware, though. That's the big thing.
At what point are they just going to take away us being able to drive it off?
Right.
And
we'll go electric.
Because, like, it'll be just safer to do it.
What percentage of cars are electric on the road? 10? Not
Probably
even?
less than 10%.
I don't know. Henry's looking up for us.
6%.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The predominant electrical car on the market right now is Tesla.
Yeah.
Not the Chevy Volt.
But the E-Mustang trying to make a fight. It's trying to make electric cool.
Yeah, it looks
I got to sit in one.
When?
Kicks. It absolutely kicks.
When did you sit in one?
My boss got to test drive one while he was getting his car fixed. And electric cars are my gosh. It's like sitting in a jet.
Really?
Acceleration, your whole body just goes whoop.
Yeah. No, it's like
Yeah. I saw that it said in Europe it's 10% of cars are electric, China it's 6.3, and in US it's about 2% of cars are electric.
It's crazy for the marketing that happens.
Yeah, it is crazy. We're like, wow,
everywhere.
We're really fancy. This is crazy.
Yeah.
2%.
I think it's more turning to the fact that, like,
just fuel efficient, basically.
Well,
or what?
electric cars, as Tesla brought out, they're semi. Like, they already have, like, the truck idea. They have a lot of stuff that's coming in, and that, I mean, it's gonna happen at some point, but it costs more.
Yeah.
It's more like
the infrastructure to place all those charging ports in these rural areas is just not feasible right now.
It's happening right now.
Like, you have a 3-hour charge on a battery. You're trying to get from across Montana. Like, it's not going to work.
I don't know. We have multiple ones in Jamestown now.
Yeah,
and
I'm just saying, like,
the batteries.
But you wouldn't choose to buy if you live in Billings, Montana. You're not choosing to buy an electric car.
Definitely not.
It's
definitely
for cities and metropolitan areas.
But that's why Tesla has the giga battery factories.
Right.
That is how you. I mean, they're building a grid. They're literally building a grid. They're gonna have these massive batteries just across the nation that'll charge 400 cars, and then they'll just sun charge it. I mean,
it's wild. Like, even the new one that you can go from, you just charge it up. It's not even that long that you can charge it up. You can watch Netflix on there. You can play a game on there. You can do multiple things. And then it's not even a steering wheel anymore in the new models. It's just like half a steering wheel that you see in Hot Wheel TV shows.
The yoke.
Yeah. And so it's like, it's moving forward. And Henry and I have looked at this multiple times. It's like, how much do you want to pay for a Tesla that you can buy a 2018 one? You can buy a 2018 one, still get your bang for your buck. And, like, they don't really depreciate as much as, like, another car does. Right. I personally think. I don't know the stats on that.
No, that's
true.
But
if I got that, if I got that 2018 model, I'd be paying, 30-some grand. That's less than the truck I just bought. And I could buy a model, what is it, S, or was it the X one? Right now, the 2019 one for $45. That was less than my truck that I just got to.
Crazy.
Quick, not to disrupt too much, but Mason Bruner, thanks for watching. Told you I'd give you a shout out.
Yeah, shout out Mason Bruner.
Nice.
That's like, I've always wanted a Tesla.
Yep.
because it makes a lot of sense. It's super quiet. Adam loves it when he tells me about it. When I drove one, it was super smooth. It was a lot of times it's like, oh, the interior is a little bit, dull, and then you hear cracks like when you like press on it. So like the quality of the interior is a little bit low depending on it. But
and older models.
Yeah, and older
the
models.
Newer models, they finally tighten ship.
Now, when do you think we're gonna translate AI like cars and all that stuff into like farming equipment? Like when's farming equipment
It is
gonna get
now.
automated?
No, yeah, I can sit in a combine right now.
Just you said be there for just safety precautions, basically.
Practically, like you can set your it's already it's already hooked up on GPS. It is like a grid. It marks exactly where you're going. It remembers it, turns around, it keeps going the same way. If you're spraying, if you're harvesting crop, if you're planting, it all is all in the new like tractors and combines. Like you're in it practically. Like you can't just leave it like you see in Interstellar where they're just doing it on their own, probably because of safety precautions.
Yeah.
But Teddy made a great comment. I don't know if he meant it this way, but he said that like when it's going to get to the point where it's safer for the AI and the computers to drive.
Right. And that brings me to have you seen the fucking, what do you call those, the 18-wheeler stuff like that where they're just automated? You've seen those like schematics and those prototypes where they don't have a, what do you call that, a semi-truck? They don't have the front anymore. It's just the thing. Like it's just the, what do you call that, the cargo thing? Whatever.
The crate,
just the
shipping
back.
crate?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
just
crate
that.
on the back.
And it just goes. Like it's just like,
What the
Wild.
fuck?
yeah. Like they don't need the driver's thing because...
barreling down the wrong side of the road. Oh, God.
But then you don't get a driver falling asleep. You don't get a driver being intoxicated.
And those are some
you
of
don't
those are
being
some of those
distracted.
dangerous cars on the road, are semis.
Yeah.
Just because they're just like tires pop and like things happen.
It's not even the semi. It's like the people driving around the semi because they don't know how to drive around the semi.
Right. Yeah. True.
We'd rather have that than drones carrying it. Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you, man? We just had shipping crates being droned around everywhere,
Just
no longer on the
drop
road.
casual on the
Yeah.
house.
Whoops.
Yeah. No, it's a weird thing because it's like the AI. They have so many possibilities. Robot, Will Smith, great movie. But like
iRobot.
Yeah.
iRobot,
Like,
but more like
it's
Robots
just-
2004.
I can see I can see it coming so soon to where it, for a lot of things that we humans have done for a while, driving, like cooking, or like just surgeries and stuff like that, that's going to become obsolete because they're going to trust everything as to be an AI, to be like some machine that has already been programmed to perfection to know every catalog just like that.
True.
Crazy.
And that's what it's going to be. And so a lot of jobs are going to be out.
Until we get more robot repairmen.
Yeah.
Just going back to like talking about drones, like I feel like we heard about Amazon saying they were gonna like deliver packages by drone like 5 years ago, and I don't know.
No, it's
I
being
feel like I
developed.
would have already seen it happening though. So it's just
But then that's the weird thing that goes into like, if they take the jobs or whatever. Like, then no one dreams of being a surgeon anymore. No one dreams of being a whatever. Like, what does that do to like ambition or just like,
Well,
like what do we do then? Right?
I mean,
virtual stuff.
Like we
if
can,
we're like true, if we're
like where do
looking
you
at,
find your passion or your drive or whatever? Like,
it'll start with the truck drivers.
right?
That's okay. I'll be honest. I'll be totally honest.
That is okay.
Whose passion is being? If your passion is being a truck driver, okay, that's your.
You want to see the you want to see the states?
Passion. It just pays a lot of money.
Oh, it does. It does. Yeah. Oh, my uncle just got into it.
My
Because
uncle is
of
also
how
a
much-
truck driver.
No, 100%, because you're running the economy. It's entirely valid and important and needed. I'm not going to deny that. But self-driving to minimize risks and cost, you just go, just charge it up and go, and off it goes down 35. That businesses want that.
Yeah, definitely.
But when you get to something like, surgeon, that's so far down the road.
Yes, 100%.
So far down the road. But it'll happen. It will happen. Medical doctor, we'll look at Star Wars.
I mean, haven't you ever
That's the
seen
whole
that?
thing.
Haven't you ever seen the surgeries where they just put the tube in and then the doctor goes and sits down at their little thing. They put on the glove that like has the little controls or whatever, and the tube is in the person over there, and they're just like looking at a screen, and they're just
It's the Da Vinci machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's how they.
Fucking, like
Yeah.
When I got my appendix out, I think that's what they used.
I just saw it in
appendix out?
Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
I'll be
I don't
honest,
have an
but-
appendix.
Why? When did you get your appendix out?
Sophomore year, Easter.
For what? What
Wait,
happened?
sophomore year of high school
I
or
got
college?
infected. I had appendicitis.
Wait, in
wait.
Rundy?
High school.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, damn,
Oh.
in Rundy?
Yeah.
Rundicitis?
Appendicitis.
Yeah, that's it.
But I mean, like, we were just picking up a truck to move in here, and we were at the rental place, and my dad looks, he sees, oh, they've got these they've got the self mowers, like the mowers that just go on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are the worst.
And he well, the thing is, he asked about it though.
No, literally.
They're
I'm
taking
trying to go back
my
to Brooklyn
jab.
Center.
But no, and that's the thing, they're cheap.
I have an
We
electric
asked
mower at home.
the cheapest install, or like the cheapest one that you can get is like $3,500. And I mean, but sounds like a lot, but also you're never mowing your lawn
You're
again.
never filling up your gas. You're never paying for gas.
It's
Well,
it's
you-
a
you
robot.
pay for
It-
gas.
yeah, it's like a drone. is
like
what
it's
he's
a little
talking about.
it's a little
No, I've
drone
seen
that
it,
goes
yeah.
around your lawn, but it saves you time. It saves
yeah.
you. I mean, depending upon how large your lawn
They
is,
go
up
every
to
day.
3-4 hours a week.
True.
No, exactly. The UJ has
True.
that. University of Jamestown has a bunch of them, a whole fleet
Roombas?
of them. No, they have the
The self mowers.
the self mowers, and they're going every day. They're
Crazy.
They're going.
I want
every,
to see one.
And but the best part is they're
Kick it
so
over.
light.
Rocks at it.
Bully it.
They're light that they don't have lines, so then
That's
they're
why
going
robots will
in
take
random
over, 'cause they
directions.
bully 'em.
Like they have their sensors, they're not going really in a straight line. Some they go a straight line, then they'll go this way, and so
Weird.
it's like. I think that is the future of where it is, but a lot of people like the lines in their lawn. They like
for
to
sure.
see the
For sure.
crispness of it, so I think that might still be there for a while. But that drone can be related to a lot of other things, just all over. Like, I mean, like with the doctors, yeah, we say it's far off. I don't know. I'd say like we first start seeing the progression in 10 years.
Hey, all I know is if Gustavus had just a ton of Roombas that we just used, I would just set all of them off at the same time, just in the middle of the area.
True. Down
and just
Ekman Mall.
watch chaos
True.
go
Yep.
on.
Just think about this though. You can have a drone in the air, fly. We already have the technology to freaking fly in
Right.
like different weathers, different conditions. Understand that, and that seems so far complicated to me than like mowing a lawn. So if you already have that technology of a drone in the air, for a
I
long
know,
time,
but the problem with like medical is.
I wasn't going from that angle. But
Oh yeah, I was gonna say because that's so far.
You
That's
know.
so far out.
It's
I'm
crazy.
just saying that like the progression of something that like I guess maybe I was kind of referring to medical. I think like the first implement of it could be coming soon. Like what's the point of having your nurse before you see the main doctor at like a clinic? That's going to be it's going to be like the fast food thing. I bet it's going to be like where you order
Right.
from a fast food
I mean,
thing.
they do more than just your weekly checkup.
right they check your
Like-
weight, they check your
No, I'm not. I'm saying like when in a normal situation when we go on like
Yeah.
oh it's the yearly checkup, you're not seeing a nurse do much.
no
In all other contexts of like surgery and ER
Right.
and
My
like,
mom had her
where they're
heart attack
needed,
this summer.
those where they're needed.
Yeah. And like attending to them while they're like staying at the hospital too. Like
Right.
not only like during their visits or
right.
appointments, but no, yeah. I mean,
I see within 10 years. I don't know. I say 10 years. Just because slow increments, not like a big, like, oh, this is a first
Right.
surgeon doctor,
Right.
C-3PO.
Right.
Like
Human cyborg
No,
relations.
yeah. Like, yeah.
Here's the thing. I already know I'll be kind of a boomer
Yeah.
about it, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want your robot nurse.
Right.
Give me a real one. Give me a real doctor. Like,
Yeah. True.
Like
Yeah. No, I just
eventually I'll
think
probably
about-
trust it, but it'll be like I want to talk to somebody. At least give
Yeah.
me
At
somebody
least
to
make the
talk
robot
to.
cute.
Yeah, at least give me somebody to talk to before the robot, pokes holes in me. You know?
true.
Right.
Just to, yeah.
I just think about Boston Dynamic robots.
Yeah.
Because of how much like when you have a needle going into your heart and you look at how much a Boston Dynamic robot shake like the precision that needs to happen in like the I forget what the word is, but like the actual fine tuning with human or it's not a robot. It's not a computer chip with three
Right.
bolts.
Right.
Like, we have so much complicated inside where
That we're able to. Well, that's why Tegan's grandpa was able to, like, he still is in the medical field, but he doesn't do surgery anymore because he was getting old. He believed that people who are of old age or not, so like there's a little shaky hands. Like I
Right.
know people. Like my dentist, great, phenomenal dentist. Like, but he shakes. You know,
that's
like
not good.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff. So it's like. But when is it, you know, like, don't you see your hand shaking? Like, buddy, can I hold your arm for it? Like, let me do that, and you can watch me do it.
Yeah, hang up the cloak, buddy.
Yeah, like,
True.
well, you already have so much money. Pay for my wedding. You know, like, just stuff like that. It's just, I don't.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. The world will shift to robots.
Yeah.
Because human error is not profitable.
Yeah.
True.
But you know what is profitable? Taco Bell and McDonald's, Big Mac, and Taco Bell tacos, circling it all around.
And this
Please
podcast,
sponsor us.
once we get Twitch affiliated. All right, John, hit us with the outro.
Thanks for tuning in. This is the LooneyBin Podcast. Thanks for commenting. Hit that subscribe button. Donate us money. Do anything you want to do. And thanks. We'll see you next week on Wednesday.
Yep, you can find us on YouTube at LooneyBin Creative. You can find us on Instagram at LooneyBin Podcast. Productions or LooneyBin. Yep. All right, see you next week. All right, bye.